Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Amber Diaz. We have a very exciting day in store for you, and you're about to see why.
Yes, I'm Caitlin Burchell, the UConn women. They are arriving back
finally
home to Connecticut. Check that out. That is the plane full of the stars after yesterday's incredible performance against South Carolina.
Yeah, that's right. Their plane just touched down at Bradley International Airport. We know that the buses arrived around, I think I saw a total of 2-3 buses there, around 3:02 this afternoon. Once again, you're taking a live look. We thought we'd see some UConn fans out there, but you know what? I think a lot of them might be in stores, Caitlin. Look at that weather.
It is nasty. Okay, this is no Tampa where the team won the game. They won in these sunny, fabulous conditions. But you know what? Hopefully they'll bring that nice weather here. But fans are psyched. We have seen them last night, this morning, getting merch. I mean, you name it. We're in our red. I feel like the whole world is in red and blue. Husky Nation.
They're so excited right now. And we are expecting to see the team. I mean, the big deal here is, yes, to see the players, but part with the trophy in tow. We want to see the trophy. We want to see them bring it up over their heads. We can see it. That's what we want to see. That's what we're waiting for. They will load into team buses and then, of course, make their way to Gamble Pavilion for that big celebration. I'm not sure if there are classes today. I don't know if people are going to classes today, if they're skipping classes. We know that it's always going to be a big celebration when our men or our women, UConn in general, UConn Nation, does anything huge like this. This is a very big deal for us. And look, you can even see Gino
last
night.
It
was so emotional. I'm not going to lie to you, Caitlin. I cried watching him.
Absolutely. And not even, I mean, you graduated from UConn. You've witnessed this time and time again.
Huge.
Someone from out of state, me.
Yes.
It's still so magical, not just because I live here now. Growing up, I wanted to play a college sport because of these teams that won. In 1995, I was watching, and that inspired me to continue to play sports. I mean, these women have then and now are shaping lives.
They're shaping lives. They absolutely are shaping lives. We do want to, and there's that embrace between Beckers and Gino Auriemma. We know that she is the first overall pick when it comes to the women's NBA draft, expected to go to the Dallas Wings. So we'll see how that turns out.
I mean, absolutely. You saw her performance, and we've seen her performance and the challenges she has faced over the past couple of years. Injuries, maybe not having the best people surrounding her playing, other people hurt. This team has been through so much. And what I thought was so cool last night was Coach Auriemma saying how much this team, they finally fell in love with each other mid-season.
Yes.
And if you've played a sport, you get that. Something has to click, and it clicked for them when some people didn't have faith in this team. They weren't a number one seed going in.
And they bonded over all of this. The big hope that I had going into this, Caitlin, honestly, was the fact that they won it last night nearly by the same margin that they beat them the first time in February. So I said, you know what, 30-some-odd points, they can do it. I have the faith.
You had the faith.
Do it, you know?
But of course, you watched all these. I did. I watched these men's games over the past couple of weekend, and those were, I mean, talk about teams. Houston coming back from
infuriating watching it.
So you just never know. But this UConn's team, when you have Paige Beckers, you had AZ Fudd, you had Sarah Strong, everyone stepping up and everyone playing so hard, and you needed all three of them to really be on, and they were. It was magic.
And it was magic. Now let's just see. We've covered these time and time again.
How nice that we can say that.
Right? It's how nice that we can say it. It's so true. And again, like I said, I was really hoping for this day to come, and now it's finally here. It all depends on timing, right? When they get on the bus, then when they take their route, and then they go to Gamble for the celebration. So right now you're watching once again. This is a live shot that you're seeing. This is Bradley International Airport. The women coming back from Tampa, if you're just tuning in, about to board the plane. And Caitlin, we want to see the trophy.
We want to see the trophy. Did they buckle it into a seat? I always love those behind the scene photos. But so it's going to take a little bit to set this up. We know this, but they're going to take a route. They're going to go back to Gamble right now. They'll head down I-91 to 291, then to 84 East. Just if you're on the road, you see some UConn buses. Those are the champs in those buses. They'll get off at exit 68, take Route 195 onto campus, and that's when doors will be open at 4. Teams expected to arrive at around 5, Look at the time now, 3:15. So, and a championship rally for the Huskies will happen. This is really cool. Of course, a parade. Are we going to have a parade? That's the big question everyone wants to know.
We want to know. And the thing is, if you guys don't, if you're driving and you don't see the team buses, maybe you'll see this. I want to see if we could bring this up. We had to change to one of our signage. If we could get that video up there, our signage the national champs. That was changed immediately. And there you have it right there. What a job to do.
What an incredible achievement. And our state signs have been causing a little bit of angst and around the nation, right? We said basketball capital of the world.
Yes.
And when that was put up, there was, there was some anger and hate from other states, but how cool to really double down on this.
Can you really question it though now? Look at that, 12. Look at the 12.
Women's basketball. And what's something, Amber, we were talking about, this is their 12th, but they haven't won since 2016, the last time. Again, this is incredible, right? We won more women basketball. UConn Huskies have won more than any other women's basketball team. But it's been 9 years.
It's been 9 years.
It doesn't feel like that personally, but it's been 9 years. So to get back to this after with Paige in her senior year, I mean, that's just.
She deserved it. She really deserved it. And that was her fifth year now. So now there's no more Paige at UConn. What's going to happen? What's going to happen with the 2025-2026 season? Who's going to be on the roster? What is going to happen?
We know AZ Bud's coming back.
We do know that.
Let's talk about her in that game last night.
Such a team
most
player.
Outstanding player. And it was almost, when that was announced, it was kind of a little bit of an afterthought, but I thought it deserved a little more bada bing, bada boom. Like it was a little bit of like, okay, here's your trophy, but she got most outstanding player.
It's crazy.
After the trials and tribulations she's been through too. So incredible to see that. She says she's coming back, which is fantastic. And you know she's named after a basketball player?
No, I did not know that.
She is. She's named after Jennifer Az, who is a National College Player of the Year, who also played in the WNBA. Oh,
she's
this
a
is
good company then.
Yes, her parents played. Okay, this is what we like to see. The door has slid open.
We just want to see our girls. We're here. We're ready to see our girls. Just to add, since our colleague Kevin Nathan isn't here to drill out the stats for you, Paige Beckers, Sarah Strong, Az Fudd, a combined 65 points last night in the game to outscore SC.
Unbelievable. And they won the championship last year. I mean, it's
incredible.
Don Staley always has an incredible team, but they just didn't have it. They didn't have it in store for. They couldn't hold the Huskies last night, and it's been 30 years to the dot, really, since we won as if I was part of that.
You're in the family now.
We won in 1995. 30 years. All right, folks are stepping off right now.
We're seeing them.
We know there was a lot of love for practice players that came out to visit with the team. So I'm wondering if they were on the bus. I mean, those practice players do so much.
They do so much. And to be a part of this, it's like they won too.
Absolutely.
Imagine the feeling on that bus going back to stores and what's awaiting them. I'd be nervous for that probably more so than you hear some yelling.
There must be some fans there at the airport. That's fantastic. Not seeing any faces I necessarily recognize. Yep, these are all, of course, big parts of the team. They mentioned their massage therapists, to the assistant coaches, to the managers, to the practice players, and some cute babies.
And cute babies, indeed. And mind you, these girls have been all over the country. I mean, from the East Coast to the West Coast, then down south. I think we need a massage therapist, you would think, after all that travel. So good for them.
And let's talk about Gino.
Yes.
71 years old. Yes. How incredible. Of his career, he was asked about retiring this morning on the Today Show. And he was like, he didn't seem ready to call it a career by any means. Said at the end of the day, he'll feel it out. He feels like he's making impact, and there's no question he is on these girls, and vice versa. They are making an impact on him, keeping them young.
And the fact that you saw him have that huge embrace and the smile on his face with Diana Taurasi last night, Sue Bird. It was just incredible.
Stewie was there.
Yes, Stewie was there. It was just amazing just to see the support that he's had for these girls and the girls have for him, and the respect that they have. They come back and they know Gino.
I mean, right. It's a sisterhood. I would say he's created this. I'm sure you have each other to look up. I mean, right. Sarah Strong said Maya Moore is her dream player.
Yes.
And this was her favorite. And she said, I looked up and there she is in the stands watching me compete in the national championship.
Yeah.
And you can see right now as more folks unload from the bus. Oh, I see Caitlin there. And I see the hoop.
Okay, that's the hoop. We got the
hoop. And the trophy. There it goes. Is that an AZ Fudd? Yep. That's AZ. Girl, she's holding on to that.
And she deserves to be holding on to that. Please don't drop it.
That's what I was going to say.
Take it easy, step by step. Slow and steady wins the race here, Caitlin.
Look at that big smile on her face, draped in that in the hoop that they each player got to cut a part of that hoop off last night. Just an incredible ceremonial tradition, and that is the trophy back in Connecticut. How amazing.
It really is. And that trio is the first trio to reach a score of 100 points in an NCAA tournament since 2009, which Miss Maya Moore was part of during that time.
Incredible. And as we watch the teammate, I see it. Is that
Paige?
I think it is Paige. It's hard to see. It's a little foggy up, but she has the hoop around her neck.
Listen.
That is awesome. Incredible. What a beautiful way to end her time at UConn and her impact here that she's made on all of us. And I'm sure they'll have the hoop and they'll have the trophy for this parade that we are still waiting. We're waiting for the governor's office to give us details on when that will be. But of course,
it's got to happen.
Oh, yeah.
It's just got to happen.
I mean, weekend.
The weather doesn't really matter. People are going to come out to support these girls, just like they support our men and anything, that we really do here in Connecticut when we have big events. And it's time to celebrate and show our Connecticut pride. So it's a really big deal. You see some of the kids that are coming out now. And that's actually the first time I've done live coverage like this, Caitlin, when it comes to a national championship win, where it didn't take that long for the teams to come out, our key players to come out. They're ready to get back to stores.
They're ready to rock. And they've had, like you mentioned, and I know Gino Auriemma, coach, has been quite critical of this. Think about it. They were in Washington State to play. You fly to there's Chris Daly.
This woman deserves a lot of love too.
40 seasons, the backbone, you could say, right? What Gino says, there's no Gino, or the team says there's no Gino without her. Gino and Chris together are an incredible pair. So very cool to see her there. Oh, this might be tough. And I saw it was really cool. One of the players yesterday cut off a piece of the basket for this player. Yes. These injuries. This is a sport where every day you just don't know.
You don't know what's going to happen, and you give it your all, but it doesn't mean nothing's going to happen.
And you saw that with Juju, with USC player, incredible player. Would have loved to see her play UConn. Of course, she was out and hurt for that game, but that team really gave UConn a run for their money. It almost kind of brought up our excitement, and the team continued to soar after that game.
And Caitlin, as unfortunate as it is to have the injuries happen to some of these players, that really sets a fire under their teammates. We're going to win, and we're going to win for you. We're going to do it because you can't be out there with us. We're going to win. Don't worry, we have your back. And we see that from these girls.
AZ Fudd, what is it? I love that. I love that. AZ Fudd only has played in about 50% of the games that she's eligible to play because of injury. And she came in just an incredible performance in yesterday's game.
Now, we do know last night, I want to talk about that third quarter for a second. They had a 20-point lead in the third quarter. Were you questioning anything after that?
I think they even asked Gino Auriemma this question. Yeah. I was, just because I'm superstitious, right?
Yeah,
I have all the faith in these women.
Well, you played volleyball professional, so
president of UConn right there.
UConn.
Yeah. I just didn't want to jinx it. Yes. So I was like, you know what, let's keep it going. But Gino's, he told, I think, Holly Rowe after the game, he said, she was like, at one point, when you were up that big, and he was like,
it ain't over till it's over.
Yeah, he basically said that. But it was really nice to see him pull out big player after big player as the minutes wound down during that game to give the stars here the moment they deserve in front of an incredible crowd, a sold-out crowd in Tampa, where so many Husky fans went to the game.
Oh, my goodness. So many went to that game. It was unbelievable. It was so nice to see our very own Gabby Lucevero, Matt Finkel. They were out there. That coverage was fantastic. And they got all the UConn fandom that you can get, they got.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. That will be fun to hear from those folks as they return to hear about their experience at the championship game. I know I saw one person post on Instagram, and she was like, "This, I have to go. Like, this is historic." And it is. 12th NCAA title for the UConn women basketball, 30 years from their first title. Look at this, images from last night on the stage there with the trophy. It was just such a memorable moment. Gives me goosebumps.
Just to be Gino in that moment and that hug, that is the hug that I'm talking about. That's when I started to tear up, because you just know, okay, my time, I did what I had to do. I came and I gotta go, gotta leave the nest.
The hug heard around the world. What amazing! And what was funny is he was asked, what did you say to Paige during that hug?
That's right.
He said, "I love you."
Yeah.
That's just the bond they have. And she goes, I said, "I hate you, but I really love you." They have this just incredible bond, and they've been through so much together. And it continues with AZ Fudd and other players. And actually, one story I really like when you see that photo is when Paige Beckers would wake up.
I know.
Did you hear it?
This is for teammates.
Yeah, Jenna Al-Alfi. I mean, incredible player, right? Incredible big. She'd get up during Ramadan. So Al-Alfi is obviously fasting during that time. And Beckers was not only, stepping it up on the court, but stepping it up off, getting up early to make her teammate breakfast. And I just feel like that speaks to this team and the stories we've heard of them really coming together.
And it speaks to her character as well. And there's one thing, if people don't know this about Paige, it's good to know. She has a very strong faith. Her faith, she's very deep into her faith. And obviously she respected, even though she doesn't, celebrate Ramadan, she did that for her teammate.
Wow.
It's huge.
Yeah, that's really, really special. And I thought it was a really great example and to so many people.
Right.
Too.
I'm always curious, Caitlin, after this happens, after you have such a deep connection with players, you go your own way, they go their own way, and then down the line you have to compete against each other. Does that respect still stay?
Like in the WNBA?
Yeah. Does it stay? It's got to stay.
I think so. Probably once the game's over. If you're as competitive as as competitive as D1 athletes are. Once the buzzer
it probably
goes
lights
off.
your fire too, though. Like we've done this again. It's me and you now. So that'll be interesting. Again, we do have that. We'll be covering the draft too. We have Gabby going down to New York where they're going to be having the NBA draft or WNBA draft. So we'll see how that goes too. But yeah, it seems that we got most of the players out right now. We still have some.
Have we seen Gino? I haven't, but we've been chatting.
No Gino.
No Gino yet. Okay, our back of the house support is saying no Gino yet. Well, gentlemen, letting the ladies first, the ladies' babies and trophies off first.
So if you guys are just viewers just tuning in right now, we are covering the UConn women's return with the 12th NCAA title. You were taking a live look at their plane that landed some time ago at Bradley International Airport. The buses are there. The buses arrived around 3:02 this afternoon. They will be making their way all the way to Gamble for a celebration. And this is the route, as you see our little husky, Jonathan.
It's so cute. The cruiser.
Take the route.
So the cruiser, they'll head along, what is it? They'll head 91, 291, 84 East, okay? That's why our little husky did that map for you. Then I-95. Oh, Gino, we got to interrupt.
The legend. We see Gino coming off of this, probably feeling a little bit of relief, excitement, sadness, all the emotions you can probably feel as a coach, as the winningest coach.
Briefcase in hand with all of his brain power and knowledge and secrets, but this is so cool. Now there are two coach buses on the ground. You can't see this from the shop, but two coach buses, big branded UConn buses as the players and staff, and I'm assuming some of the practice players too, who made the trip with the team, the trek. So they're going to get on these buses, and like we said, they're going to head to Gamble, where there is going to be a celebration, a really big celebration to continue the celebrations that have been happening since the win yesterday.
Safe celebrations. We need to say safe celebrations out there, IU Huskies, because we know things do get wild. It's UConn Nation. But yes, there will be security, there will be safety, so everyone can enjoy and celebrate our women and our national champs.
And you were a student. You were a student while the Huskies won. I mean, I can't even imagine how memorable that is.
It's unbelievable. And the fact that you have everyone out there, even if there's people you don't know will come up to you, oh my God, UConn won. It's just this, I can't even express how UConn Nation really is and what it means to each individual who goes to that school. And if you don't know each other, even if you don't like each other, you're sharing in this bond. It's like food when you go to a restaurant. You break bread. You know what I mean? That's what it is. That's what UConn's all about.
You break basketball.
You break basketball. That's what it is.
That must be so incredible. And we've seen the students celebrate. And not only have they had this moment, they've had the men's team win. And for some of these students, they had to deal with COVID, so it's so exciting for them to have this experience. All right, now we're taking a live shot outside stores, outside Gamble Pavilion, where you can see students are starting to line up. They are braving, I think we heard even sleet.
What our photographer, I believe it was Josh Perkins, says Yeah, it's sleeting up there a little bit. So, Josh, thank you for that information.
Thank you for standing out
And
in
standing
that
out in
for
this.
us.
I'm sure he loves this. He loves this stuff too. So that's great.
It's history. But doors are expected to open in about 30 minutes at Gamble, and then the team will slowly make its way there. Like we mentioned, take that route. If you see them on the highway, it is your national champions heading back. Okay, this is the route once again. So if you're traveling, going down 91, 291, they're going to cut east 84, go I-95, 195, pardon. And then they're going to go to exit 68, which is to get to 95 and then head to campus. So you know that road well. We all know that road well, that the road traveled and to get to Gamble.
The road most traveled is what we'll say. Okay, now I want to, let's see. Do we have some time to just to give a little recap for last night really quick? Once again, UConn won against South Carolina 82-59. That was last night. 12 national title for the women. First championship for the women since 2016, as Caitlin was saying before. 30 years since their very first title in 95. How old were you in 95?
We don't, let's not share those secrets with the people. But you know what? It was inspiring. So let's say it inspired my athletic career.
I like that. Well, according to FanDuel, between the men, this is really interesting. Our executive producer found this stat here. Between the men and women, UConn has won 32% of all national championship games, Caitlin, since 2000. Since 2000. What? 25 years.
That is a mind-bogglingly amazing statistic.
One more thing for you. UConn women capped off its season at #1 in the Associated Press women's basketball poll. First time since 2021.
And of course, we are waiting to hear from the governor's office about when a parade will happen. We know it will. We'll keep you posted as soon as we know. But this has been historic, really fun.
And we're not done yet. We're going to get to all of those celebrations at Gamble as the students continue to line up. So thank you so much for watching. That does it for now. Again, live coverage from the championship rally on campus. That starts at 4.
And make sure you stay with NBC Connecticut. We have continuing coverage as we celebrate the national champs. We'll be bringing you the victory parade. Like we said, we'll be bringing it to you live when it happens.